Alright everybody, I don't know that I'd really call it a review. I'd call it maybe first look. I'm gonna do a first look at the Hawker Hunter. It's the brand new Tier 10 UK British multi-role fighter. Um, Today they released the multi-role fighter line for the Brits, and you could get the Typhoon, the Tempest, and the Seahawk um, through the holiday specials, and then today with the update, they added the Hunter to it. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do a review, maybe not even really a review, but just a first look at the Hunter. I checked on YouTube. There's no reviews or I don't even know if there's a video period on it. So this should be the first. If you get to looking for it, you want to know something about it, here it is. So the first thing I'm going to do, if you notice, I hoard free XP. That's why I'm able to get it so quick. So what I'm going to do, and I farm it from World of Tanks as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on it. And it says that I can research it for 250,000 experience. I think I've got enough. So what I'll do is I'll research it. Okay. And then let's see. Let me see if it'll let me go ahead and research. I'm going to research the bombs. And I'm going to research the rockets. Alright. Now, what I'll do from there is I'll purchase it in the depot. Let's see. Crew. I don't need a crew because I'm going to use a crew I already have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I'm not going to choose a crew. I don't need a slot in the hangar. So, let me purchase it. 6 million. Alright, I've got the Hawker Hunter and it has elite status already. So, let's see. Should I use my tokens that I hoard to get to specialists? And I'm going to say yes. I have been saving just for this. Okay, now I'm going to purchase that specialist configuration for another 1,050,000. Okay, as you'll notice, I got the specialist configuration, and it gives me a emblem that I already have, and some cooldown, which is always good. Go to details. Same old thing. It opens up more slots for consumables and more slots for equipment. So I'm going to view it in the hangar. Now here's something that I want to talk about that never gets talked about in the reviews and the first look at planes and aircraft in World of Warplanes. And it's a big deal to me because I play the game for fun, so I like looks. So I'm going to look. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the paint shop. So there's your first look so far at the Hunter. Good looking plane, I think. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the paint shop. Let's look. Let's see. I want to just show you first what the universal paint scheme looks like. Not a whole heck of a lot to it. I'm not too fond of it. Can't tell if that's a gray or some kind of damn near purple. I guess that would be close to a marine scheme, marine paint scheme. Alright. Let's look at the summer paint scheme. Now that I like. Stands out, but not too over the top. And this is what I usually saw the bots when they were flying it. As you'll notice, look up close, you can see the rockets. I think it's 32 of them fired 4 at a time, and then 2 pretty good sized bombs. Alright, so let's look at the winter paint scheme now. Winter paint scheme, pretty much um, like the Seahawk, like the special edition for the Seahawk, kind of a medium to dark gray with a clay color. I think that's a good winter paint scheme. Let's look at the desert. Okay, nothing spectacular, but hey, looks good. Alright, and then the marine. Uh-oh. Mix in a little red with it. Pretty much, basically, um, there's not a whole lot of difference between the winter, the desert, and the marine. Um, Except, of course, that the marine has the red accents on the wings and the red down the middle and on the rudder and stuff. Alright, let's look at nose. Alright, so we got red, white, and blue. We just got red and blue. We got that. This. Plain old red. I think I may go with this. The blue tip with a red lightning bolt. I don't see anything that just ridiculously jumps out at me. You know, they got this checkerboard. Nah. I'm kind of torn between this and this. I don't know. I kind of like this because it matches the, the British symbol, Air Force symbol. Let me start with that. And then emblem, I think right now I'm gonna just go with a free emblem. I'll probably, let's see, how about this one? Yeah, I'll go with that. The red looks good. Okay. Alright. So, to outfit my, you saw what I paid for it. I paid, what, 250 experience, and then I had to pay another 6 million for the plane. Then I paid another million for the specialist. Now I'm fixing to pay 950 for the 4 paint schemes and the nose. And the emblem I got for free because it's one of the free ones. And the reason, I didn't know this when I first started playing, but the reason that you want to pay for the paint schemes, if you look, it gives you, you don't get this with the universal one, but if you use the seasonal designated paint schemes, you get 20% concealment, 10% tolerance to damage from AA guns, 5% tolerance to damage from gunners. I think that is monumental in the grand scheme of things. So that's the reason I think the 950 gold is worth it. Now, the nose gives you 3% crew experience, and then the emblem gives you 2%. Even if you're broke, there's no excuse not to put the emblem on there if you got a free emblem, because it's going to give you 2% more crew experience. Alright, I think that's what I'm going to get. Now I'm 950 gold poor. Alright, so we got that. Now let's look at some equipment. I want to start with equipment. And this is a glitch in the system. It does this to me. When I click on equipment, it shows me the equipment from the last plane I looked at. So I'm gonna click on the this one, and then what I want to do is I want to add the hunter to my favorites. So I'm gonna unclick my favorites, find the hunter, and I'm gonna set it as a favorite. And then what I'll do is I'll go back to my favorites, and it should be there. There it is. And so it'll show up. Let me stick a crew in it. It might not be the crew that I'm gonna leave there, but let me stick a crew in it for right now. There you go. I'm gonna stick a crew in it. I want to put this in there for right now. All right, let's look at equipment. The first slot they got available, and it's a crapshoot on what slots are available for which areas. But this one's got one for equipment. Okay, so usually I can't even think of another um, of an example where I would not put a sight as my equipment on the cockpit. So I'm gonna do that. All right. So far I got the stock sight, gyroscopic sight. Okay. For airframe, I think I'm gonna go with maneuverability for this plane. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down here. I'm gonna look, and I'm gonna choose stock lightweight wing frame. It gives me maneuverability in turns, gives me roll maneuverability at the expense of aircraft horsepower and resistance to critical damage. I'm willing to take that risk. Okay, now engine. Gives you one slot for the engine. Again, I'm going to go with maneuverability. So, let me look here. Let's yaw maneuverability. 1% maneuverability in turns with a 3% reduction in resistance to critical damage. Okay, alright, fine. Okay, now, they don't have one for the forward fire weapons. The Hunter don't have a turret, so the next equipment slot they have is for your outboard weapon. And your choices for your outboard weapon are bomb sight, strengthened hard points, rocket sight, or aerodynamic pylons. I think I'm going to go right now with rocket sight, especially with 32 rockets. I think, let me see. So I've got an improved one in the depot, which makes it even more attractive because it saves me 250,000 silver. So I'm going to go with improved rocket sight. Good. All right. Now, it gives you 2 slots in the airframe, so let's see what we can do. I think I'm going to go with the one that isn't a detriment to aircraft maneuverability, which is only the thing that's available is reinforced skin. Alright, so I'm going to go with reinforced skin. The reinforced skin is, 5% tail resistance to critical damage and wing resistance to critical damage. I think that's not too bad. So I'm going to go with that. Okay. So far, I have the gyroscopic sight, lightweight wing frame, lightweight power unit, improved rocket sight, and reinforced skin. Now, here's where it gets tricky. I want to enhance these things somewhat. So, and this is where you do your picking up on the battlefield, your scavenging. Alright, so to upgrade it to improved, I need 14 mechanical parts, 3 weapon parts, 3 flight instrument parts, and 2 radio parts, and 50,000. So, but that'll bump it from 100 to 200. I think that's fair. Alright, now I have improved gyroscopic sight. Now before I spend all my scavenged parts, I want to make damn sure that I have enough to go around. So let me look at the wings for a second. Enhance. I'm going to do the same thing to the wing as long as I got the parts for it. So it's saying that I need 14 airframe elements, 4 mechanical parts, and 4 heat-treated parts. Alright. And 50,000 silver. Done. Okay, now on the next one. Uh, Now, improved, improved, stock. Let's see, let's bring this up to improved. And this is going to set me back 50,000 silver, 6 airframe parts, 6 mechanical parts, 5 um, flight instruments, 2 heat treated parts, and 3 radio parts. Okay. Alright. Now, do the same thing for the bomb sight, or the rocket sight. As long as it don't kick me too bad. Let's see, 23 of those. And see, the thing about it is I've got so many airframe parts, it's ridiculous. The two I'm worried about the most is the mechanical parts and the heated parts. But I see it's not asking me for any of those, so I'm happy to do this. The only thing about it is they want 100. But it takes this one was already improved. Remember, I got it out of my depot. So this one's going to bump this one up to advanced. All right. So I've got an advanced rocket sight. All right. Stock skin. All right. So 6 mechanical, 5 heat resistant. Okay. Now that I've bumped them all up once, I'm going to go back and bump the other ones up. I'm probably not going to bump up, in this round I'm not going to bump up the rocket sight, because I want to pull these 4 up to the same level as the rocket sight. So I'm going to go to this one, enhance. Okay, I can live with that. Airframe, enhance. And you see it's moving it up 100 each time. I can live with that. Alright, and let's see. I can live with this. You know, I'm starting to get nervous because my I'll show you my heat treated or heat resistant parts are starting to get a little thin. It shows you on the side here how many you have. Alright, see, I've only got 1,000 mechanical parts left. I've only got 456 heat resistant parts. So I gotta watch that. So let's click enhance. Alright. That means everything is up to advanced. And I'm up to advanced, reinforced. I'm up to advanced on all 4 of them. So now the next step is ultimate. And I think that's as high as you can go without calibrating. So let's see. All right. 68 mechanical parts. Whew. And 200,000 silver. Man, I hope it's worth it. Alright, it's getting kind of tough now. 200,000. Ooh, that's a killer. Hope it's worth it. I'm starting to get a little nervous on my benefit to cost ratio. Alright, you see what they're asking for there. Like I say, again, these only 2 I'm really worried about right now. The rest of them I got plenty of. And plus, those are the ones that are busting my tail. Alright. Let's see. Enhance. See what they want. Now, I feel a little better about this. They're not even asking for any of my heat resistant parts, which is good. So I've got 1 left that I've got to increase to ultimate. And they're asking for 22 of them and 29 mechanical parts. But before I calibrate, that's the last thing they're going to show me. Now, just to go through this one time, I'm not going to calibrate every one of them because I don't want this video to be as long as it could be. So I'm on, but I do want to show you about calibrating. To calibrate, what you do, and there's no the calibrating your equipment is sure enough a crapshoot, because it's going to cost you $33,300 regardless, and it's going to cost you these regardless, and there's no guarantee that your calibration is going to improve. But I'm going to show you. Instead of going to enhance, you click on your piece of equipment, click on calibrate, and then weigh your options, and then click calibrate, and it goes through a little rigmarole. See, I got 4 out of that. Alright. Then, let's see what they're asking for to calibrate this. They're only asking for 2 of each and 1. See, I may calibrate this a couple of times, because I want to show you that there's no guarantee that you're going to get a positive result out of calibration. Now, I calibrated that time, it went up 6 points. The next time it may drop 2. And it did drop 2. Alright, and I'm not going to leave on a negative, so I'm going to do it until it does another positive. Alright, went up 10 that time. Alright, so let's see. Let's try the rocket sight real quick. And the rocket's not asking for any heat resistant parts either, which is good. Alright. Weigh your options when you check. You want to look at these 3 against what you got. Okay. And you can calibrate it eventually all the way up to 478. So I got 72 more points to go. 46, let's see. Alright, I'm going to calibrate this one more time. Or once. It's not asking for any heat resistant either, which is always good. Alright, that one went up 10. Good. Alright, so we did that. And as you scavenge parts, you'll want to go back, calibrate. As you get silver and you scavenge parts, you want to go back, calibrate, calibrate, calibrate until you get up to 478. Now, one thing I probably should have showed you, but I didn't, so let me show you real quick. When you go to calibrate something, you can apply the calibration or not apply the calibration. It's still going to cost you your silver and your scavenged parts, but you don't have to accept the calibration, and it can go back to what it was before. So like right now it's 410. Now watch this. Alright, that one went up 4. Of course, anytime it's positive, you want to apply it. That's positive. 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 Normally I can't get it to do this. Usually it's negative, because I wanted to show you how to handle a calibration that negatively affects your points. All right, it did that time. See, it dropped -6. So is it 456? It dropped to 450. Now I'm not going to accept that. So what you can do is you can either cancel or you can hit calibrate again, which I'm going to hit calibrate again. And you'll notice it goes back to where it was before the calibration. So it did it again. I'm going to hit calibrate. Never accept or apply a negative calibration. Okay. Alright. Now, one thing I forgot to mention. Because I had the specialist, I have an extra slot. So, only way you're going to have 5 slots is if you have specialist, and then you have 5 here. Let's look at the consumables. I almost always go with the emergency medical kit. That's just me, man. Uh, I just do. And as long as I've got the large ones, that's what I'm going to go with. It's up to you whether you're going to buy them or not. Now, and I always go with secondary control system. Those things come in handy so much. Now, I have gotten to where I like the pneumatic control assist, but if I have to choose between the two and I've got both in the depot, I'm going to choose the secondary control assist. Here, I'm going to try the emergency restart. That's just the way to go. So many times it's quit on me, and it's so nice to get it restarted. Alright, I've got some fragmentation ammunition, which is good for autocannons. Alright, let's put that in there. And then outboard weapon, I'm going to go with heavy warhead. Maximum damage caused by bombs and rockets, recommended for attack aircraft. Well, this ain't an attack aircraft, but it does attack the ground targets, pretty well. So what I'm going to do is that's what I'm going to use. Alright, and I'm going to apply. Alright, now I've got to make a serious decision on crew. Now, let me show you my UK British crews. I have my Seahawk crew. Remember, the Seahawk came with 9 skill points. So you got 2, 4, 6, 8, and then the fire extinguisher only requires 1 skill point, gives you 9. Alright, I could put that in there. I could switch my Seahawk to the Hunter, and what I would do is more than likely, if I move my Seahawk to the Hunter, I would put my I'd put the one that's in the Spitfire in the Seahawk, because the Spitfire is it's a premium aircraft, so you can put any one in it. So I think what I'll do is, to keep from having to spend 800 gold, and move the Seahawk to the Hunter, and then the Spitfire to the Seahawk. I'm trying to go cheap, even though it don't have as many skills. I'm gonna take the Spitfire crew, which has 7 skills. It's only 2 less, and it's halfway there for its 8th skill. I'm gonna put it in the Hunter. So what I got to do is going to ask me to retrain for the Hunter. Right now it's the Spitfire. Now I've got the choice of 50% for free, 90% for 100,000, and 100% for 400 gold. Now I've already spent a buttload of silver, and I know that silver is easy to come by, and but I want that trained at 100%. So I'm going to retrain my Spitfire crew to my Hunter crew for 400 gold. Bingo. Now, remember I told you I hoarded XP, free XP? Let me accelerate. So I'm going to accelerate. Let's see how much. 44 gives me 1 more. That'll give me 8. Alright. This is a hard decision, but I'm going to do it. Alright, now I'm going to spend my last little bit of silver. I'm going to reset my skills for silver. It's going to give me 8 skill points. Alright, so for 8 skill points, I'm going to do Engine Guru. And one of the reasons somebody told me always do Engine Guru is because, number 1, Engine Guru, your engine is something that is used by you and the pilot and the plane every second of the match. So it's a no-brainer to use it. And it's hard to argue with that. So I'm going to do Engine Guru 1. Then this one It says increases the positive effect of the mounted equipment on aircraft maneuverability and speed by 40%. Now, this one is a no-brainer because I put things on my plane, my equipment, to affect maneuverability and speed to some extent. So this it further increases by 40% the equipment I got on there. It's a no-brainer. Master that skill. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. Now I'm going for maneuverability, so I can use aerobatics, and it can increase my skill by 2%. What do you think? Well, aerobatics is what I'm going. I mean, maneuverability is what I'm going for. To me, I feel I've got to do that. All right. So, all right. Now, if I really want to pound the ground, or if I'm gonna be some kind of dog fighter, which I just don't think this is gonna be a you know necessarily a turn and burn dog fighter for damn sure. If it was a turn and burn, I would definitely get the Marksman 1. But since it's a boom and zoom, and it's loaded with powerful rockets and powerful bombs, I think I'm going to go with Demolition Expert. And if I don't like it, I'll reset it again and change Demolition Expert to Marksman. Alright, there's my 8 skill points. So, I think this is the video so far of the first look at the brand new Tier 10 UK/British Hawker Hunter. I appreciate y'all watching, and I'll probably do a review of some gameplay in another video. Thank you.